assume, for the sake of argument, that the scientific majority is right about many lower-level biological facts, but wrong at the higher macro level about unguided sufficiency. Assume they correctly observe variation, mutation, selection, drift, adaptation, and molecular patterning, yet incorrectly conclude that these are enough to explain the origin of major biological architectures and life itself. They are blind to the limits of the interpretive frame through which they read the data. They would still see fossils, genes, mutations, adaptation, nested patterns, and sequence similarities, but they would misread what those things establish. They would confuse pattern with cause, mechanism with sufficiency, professional consensus with causal closure, and methodological restriction with truth. It is the kind of error smart institutions make when they stop questioning their own starting assumptions. If by indoctrination you mean a long educational process in which one framework is installed as the only respectable way to think, then yes, that is plausible. A scientist can be trained from the beginning to assume that only material causes count as real explanations, that design is never a live option, that an unguided process must be sufficient in principle, and that unresolved questions are future triumphs, not present limits. So the blindness could be partly due to education, not because scientists are unintelligent, but because they are socially and professionally formed inside a narrow cause screens. The more profound issue would be ignorance of category boundaries, failing to see where observation ends and inference begins, where valid lower-level science is stretched into higher-level claims, and where a methodological rule has become a metaphysical commitment. If the scientific majority were wrong about macro-level unguided evolution, the error would likely not be factual blindness, but framework blindness, an entrenched inability to see where valid observed science ends and protected philosophical extension begins.